Good day, folks. Welcome to another edition of the Trade Journal Trade Channel. Have you ever noticed the market has a way of making both buyers and sellers feel like geniuses right before proving both of them wrong? That's exactly what gold did last week. If you only looked at one candle, you probably thought a breakout was happening. If you zoomed out, you realized the market spent most of the week telling a much bigger story. Let's break it down. Before the week even started, gold had already given us some context. Coming off the previous Thursday, price had climbed all the way up to roughly 41.84 before beginning a slow decline on the 45-minute chart. Nothing dramatic, just a steady reduction in price. By the time the new week opened, the market had already traveled a long way from those highs. That matters because markets rarely move in a straight line forever. Eventually, they pause, they breathe, then they decide where they want to go next. Now let's talk about what actually happened. If someone asked me to describe last week in one sentence, I'd say, gold spent the week sideways. But inside the sideways movement, there was a battle. That's what new traders often miss. They think sideways means nothing happened. But professional traders, no. Sideways markets are where patience gets tested. The high of the week came in around 4114.97. The low reached approximately 4024.40. Nearly a 90-point range. Yet the market never truly committed to either direction. Instead, it kept rotating. Almost like it was asking everyone, are you sure you want to enter here? Early in the week, the sellers looked like they were in complete control. Monday leaned bearish, lower prices, selling pressure. Everything looked like continuation. If you chased those moves emotionally, you probably felt pretty confident. Then Wednesday arrived. Suddenly, buyers began stepping back into the market. The same people convinced price could only go lower started questioning everything. That's why I always remind people, the market doesn't care about our opinions. It responds to liquidity and to S&T. One thing I noticed while watching both charts was how price kept shifting back and forth instead of giving traders an easy trend. That's exactly the type of environment where people overtrade. One trade becomes three trades become six. Before long, you're fighting the market instead of reading it. Sometimes, the best trade isn't another entry. It's waiting for the market to finish telling its story. By Friday, gold finally gave everyone something to look at. Price spiked. It created excitement. People started wondering if the next big move had officially begun. But here's the interesting part. Despite that spike, gold finished the week around 4,071. Almost like the market was saying, not yet. It showed strength without fully committing. When I look back at this week, I don't just see highs and lows. I see a lesson. The market rewarded patience. It punished assumptions. And it reminded us that price can spend days moving sideways while quietly building the conditions for a much larger move later. Sometimes the biggest opportunity isn't found inside the biggest candle. Sometimes it's found by understanding why that candle happened in the first place. That's why every weekend I go back through the charts, not to predict next week, but to understand last week, because every chart leaves clues. Some are obvious, some are hidden in plain sight. The traders who survive long enough learn to recognize the difference. If this breakdown helps you look at the market a little differently, make sure you follow and subscribe to my page for more weekly recaps. And if you got a question about something you've noticed on the chart, drop it in the comments. I read them and there's a good chance it'll end up in a future video. Until next week, stay patient, protect your capital, and let the market tell its story before you decide to tell yours. Remember, we're not here to predict the market. We're here to recognize what it's already revealing. The market always leaves footprints. Our job is simply to learn how to see them. Until next time, folks.